Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Yes, it is the 14th, but you won't be seeing this till the 15th. That means go to your grocery store and get all the Valentine's Day candy that's on sale now. Best time to go get some. But yeah, today it's kind of funny. My wife's been text messages. She was like, "You wouldn't believe like how many people left on lunch to get Valentine's Day candy and cards, stuff like that." And because I'd already went and got my wife her stuff, I know what she wanted, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. She likes these chocolate covered strawberries from this one candy store. They do it like during the Valentine's Day season. They don't do it all year round. So I got her some of those, and basically went out to eat and stuff like that. But it's kind of funny about the how Valentine's Day is. It's like nobody does anything until that day. And today I was like, man, I really need to stop at the grocery store and get a few things. And I was thinking, wait, it's Valentine's Day. There's no way I'm stopping at the grocery store. Everybody and their brother is going to be at the grocery store picking up flowers and candy and cards, and I was like, I'm not going anywhere around any of that. So basically, I had to I picked my wife up from work today, and we came back home. We fixed some dinner, and basically played with Adrian. He still loves that train set. Holy cow! I'm so happy. He played with the crap out of that thing. Basically, I went there and I'd set it down beside of it, and he put the truck the truck. It has like his trailer on it, and he put it like on one side. He'd go over to the other side of the table and start doing something. He go, "Where truck? Where truck?" And I'm like, "Here's your truck." He go, "Yee." So cute. But yeah, he really likes that truck. Really likes that train set. But there's actually more vehicles than there are trains. But that doesn't matter as long as he likes it. I'm happy. He wants to take the airplane though. It's too wide to fit under the bridge because the wings basically hit the supports on the bridge. So, but he'll put it in it. So like the bridge goes here, and the other part comes under the bridge like this. And he wants to make the plane go down that little dip, but it stops at the bridge because of the wings. So that's kind of funny. Chloe seems to be doing better. She has another appointment tomorrow. Oh gosh, started yawning. Today at work, it's kind of weird, interesting because they're basically moving some conference rooms around, and they have this one. I mean, it's a pretty robust like conferencing system, and it's like, okay, can you basically what they didn't want me to move it, they just wanted me to unhook it so when the movers come in they don't damage anything. So I go up there and I'm thinking, oh, okay, it's like maybe like one of the Cisco things. It might be a computer, a camera, a mic, about it. No, this thing has like a KVM. It has a like a 1U power strip on it, like we do put in a server. It had like this big systems, like a big conference room system box. I think it's a bridge to the main campus. There's a camera on top of this big giant TV, another Cisco camera, and there's like the Cisco the conference room phone, and then I mean it was pretty advanced. I mean it had a lot of stuff to it. I unhooked it, labeled everything. I actually went back down to my office. I've been yawning all day until I start doing this, and it's like, here, yawn. But anyways, so I actually, I was like, I started and looked out, so I was like, okay, I need to label these cables so that I know where they go. I went downstairs back to my office and got the label maker, come back up, and I labeled every single cable. I was like, okay, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here, because it's not something that's going to be easy to hook back up if you, because I mean, it was cable tied, everything pretty well. So, but if they don't use the same stand or whatever you want to call it, I can't remember. She called it something. The lady in my office today, but if they don't use the same one, if they use the one, basically they're taking the stuff in that conference room, moving it downstairs, and then the conference room, they're actually moving that into another conference room. And the conference room that's there has all that equipment in it. They're moving that into another room and turning it into a conference room. Basically, they don't think that people don't use it very much because they think that it's really close to like the higher ups. They think it's just for the old. Oh man, stop yawning. So that's the reason why they think that's the moving it might make them use it more. I don't know, but it's worth a try. But they also, so basically I unhooked all that. It took forever to label everything and unhook it and just get everything down so that it doesn't get destroyed by the movers. And the TV, holy cow, it's a flat screen, but it weighs probably 200 pounds. It's a beast of a monitor. I can't remember the brand or what it was, but I mean, it had these two big giant handles on the back on each side, two on this side, two on that side that you could grab hold of to pick it down. Oh gosh, stop yawning. I'm not that tired actually. So yeah, it's pretty good. Other things, basically, I just did some more server stuff today. After that, I'm actually going to be setting up some thin clients. Once I get a few things lined out, basically, I'm going to bring one of them into my office, sit on my desk, and basically create a VM and then try to get it to connect to it. Once I do that, then getting the other 9 of them up and running should be pretty easy. Oh man. If you're wondering why I'm sitting here wearing a t-shirt like this, it's because I gave Adrian a bath tonight and he splashed water all over me. And I'm like, I'm just going to put this on. I'm not going to put another t-shirt on to get it dirty, to get it just to sleep in it. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Today was pretty good. Didn't have to, didn't have any major issues, which is always good. Oh, this morning when I got to work, it's kind of funny. I just sitting there, just getting everything set up, checking my email. All of a sudden, I just hear this scream, and I was like, and I just stopped for a second. I was like, okay. I mean, you don't want to. Like, I was like, okay, is it because sometimes because where I work, they do some stuff that could potentially be dangerous, like a. So I didn't want to. So if you hear a scream, you don't want to run to it because it may be a person realizing something's happened and they're running away, type thing. And so I stopped for a second, and I heard laughter, and I was like, oh, and that basically this woman had screamed because somebody had startled her, and she screamed so loud. I mean, it was like a horror movie, like Scream Queen scream, like I was like, dang. So yeah, but it's just kind of weird that all of a sudden you just hear this scream and then you just like freeze for 1 second and then laughter, and I was like, okay, make sure, okay, nobody's hurt, nothing's burning down, there's no alarms. So yeah, it's very interesting that happened. I have no idea who did it because I'm still new. I don't know any, like, well, I probably would never. I hope I to never know people's screams, but I don't know their voices either. So I could hear them talking, but I just didn't. Oh man, dang it! I didn't. Nothing, but I didn't want to run down there. Okay, there's actually one thing I do want to talk about, and that's something I've been seeing a lot of in the news and everything today because basically a lot of it happened, and that's with Pewdiepie. I mean, when he's the biggest YouTuber, it's kind of hard to ignore the news that happens to him. And I haven't really watched many people's commentary on it. The only one I watched was Casey Neistat. I saw his, and Pat the NES Punk. I can't remember his last name. I watched, he did on his CPU podcast. He talked about it, but he kind of talked about it before a lot of stuff happened. I think a lot of this actually happened yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of people know he made some bad jokes about, I think, anti-Semitic. Basically, like, he made Nazi jokes, and he wore a Nazi uniform and started doing the Nazi salute and everything, or whatever that thing. I'm not even sure. I think that's fist pumping you see at a rock concert. I'm not actually sure what the Nazi salute is. I'm trying. I remember, like, people walking stiff-legged, and so I don't know, something like that. And like, he got dropped, but like Disney dropped his maker thing, whatever, his group, or maybe he got kicked out of it. I'm not sure. As you can tell, I really studied up upon this, but I know Disney distanced themselves from it, and like pretty much seems like sorry to say Amazon, YouTube, yeah, YouTube canceled his show, and they also like removed revenue from his ads and took him out of like the streams and stuff like that. So what I think about this is my voice is starting to go out for some reason. As I looked back on a lot of the stuff and a lot of things he did, and a lot of the other videos he did one on PewDiePie doesn't play video games anymore, and just I've never been a PewDiePie fan. I've only watched maybe 3 of his videos before today, because I was like, oh, I wonder what's actually happening, what's he actually doing, and seeing the few that he's made recently, it honestly looks like he didn't want to do it anymore, and he sabotaged himself, is what it comes across to me. Because, I mean, you really don't make, like, jokes like that, and not there to be expected there to be a backlash, because doesn't matter. I mean, you make that type of joke about any race, and it's going to be bad. So basically, that's all. Well, I mean, a lot of people, I was like, oh, he's done this, blah blah, he'll be okay. And honestly, he's rich enough. I don't think he want to do it anymore. And it's like he doesn't want to do the video games anymore, which is why a lot of people wanted to watch him. And the thing, his audience was also a younger audience, and maybe he saw that his numbers were going down. I'm not really sure. I know he was complaining about once he reaches a certain number of subscribers, he wanted to delete his channel and everything. But honestly, I think he saw that he was kind of his core audience was a younger crowd for the video games, and I think that they were starting to grow up or go move to other things, and he saw a trend, and he was like, I'm going to go out on top. So he basically sabotaged himself. That's what I think happened. It may not be, but I don't know. But anyways, that's just my opinion, my 2 cents worth. For whatever it's worth, I don't really watch PewDiePie, so maybe he did stuff like this periodically. I'm not sure, but just the way it seemed to me as an outsider looking in. But anyways, had a good day. Hope you guys had a good day. Like I said before, make sure you go get all that after Valentine's Day candy sales, because it's just like the Halloween ones. If you like candy, you can go get you a lot of it really cheap tomorrow, or today if you're watching this as it comes, because they'll be posted tomorrow, the 15th, because today's the 14th for me. But anyways, Talk to you tomorrow.